Hey, it's John on Oasis City Radio, and I am, guess who stayed with me today after her shift? Monica Guidry's with me. How you
Yes.
doing, Monica?
I'm doing good.
We never get a chance to talk hardly
Not
at
like
all.
this, and I love being able to talk to you.
It's, it should be just the best part of your day.
It is.
So I got to is this a sash?
It's a sash.
Mrs.
my
Columbus, and you've been talking about this a little bit on the radio, and I know on your social media. What in the world is this thing you're involved in?
So I am the Columbus, Ohio delegate, and all of us that are participating in the Mrs. Ohio America pageant, we all went through an application process.
Okay.
We turned in an application. We were accepted to be a part of this pageant. The Mrs. Ohio America pageant has been around for 65 years, and
Oh,
it is
wow.
the first pageant that celebrates married women and our contributions within our community.
Wow, so that's pretty cool. So when you say how many Ohio delegates are you fighting with for this competition here?
All of these amazing women come from all across Ohio. Gem City is one, Cincinnati is another, Dayton, Marion,
Okay.
and I believe there's a total of 8 of us.
Okay.
And there's still time for people to apply if you want to
wow.
participate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a delegate. So then this will go into a competition in June.
Yep. So June the 22nd in Mount Vernon, Ohio, I will be competing in the Mrs. Ohio America pageant.
So is that a triathlon? Is it a sword fight? What is involved in the competition?
It's
here?
definitely sword fighting.
Oh, that would be great. And do you do like the whole thing where you're spinning what is it called? The baton with the fire
with the
on
fire?
it?
No,
none of that. Okay.
no. There's no talent portion, but there is an evening gown, swimwear,
Oh, wow.
and interviews. So,
How intimidating is the swimwear thing? I got to be
well,
honest.
I'm in the gym every day.
Wow.
But I'm not body conscious or anything like that. And it's extremely modest what they provide you. So,
Okay.
but it has definitely given me a reason to work out consistently
Well, if
5 times a week.
That's the reason I'm not involved in any pageant competitions myself, because that would require some work on my part. So let me just ask you the question. A lot
Sure.
of people, you're a believer.
Yeah.
We have all these things about pride and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you involved in this competition? Because some people could say, this is just a prideful thing that you're trying to get a crown or something. Why are
Wow.
you involved? Because I know you well enough
Yeah.
that there's a real motivation probably for you on this.
Absolutely. And that's so loaded. But I think what I'll settle on the most is I do two things all the time. I do things that make me afraid,
Oh, wow.
and I do things that will keep me humble. This does both. So I'm entering in a competition. I don't know whether or not I'm going to win, and
Yeah.
that's the scary thing for me. No one goes into anything wanting to lose anything.
No.
And then the humility portion is if I don't win, there's a sense of humility, but also a sense of pride at the same time. But fear is something that I face often. And so the challenge for me is to do something that makes me afraid so that the God that is in me can rise up, to take on challenges that are seemingly fear that I could seemingly be afraid of, but I know that he's strong, he's mighty, and it's something that he wants me to do.
Wow, that is something to sit back and say. I was just talking to a friend not long ago, talking about I want to feel uncomfortable,
Mm-hmm.
and was putting herself in situations to be uncomfortable,
Yeah.
because when we sit and do the same thing over and over again, what's
Yeah.
the challenge?
There is no challenge to that. And another reason why I'm doing it is because I'm doing it for women that feel like me, that feel like you got a late start in life. You feel like, time has passed, and,
The best days are over.
The best days are over. I'm just a
Yeah.
mom. I'm just a wife. I'm average. And it's like, no, you're not average. You're exceptional. So I'm doing it for that lady, the lady that's looking at me that says, if she can do it, I can too.
That's great. That's really good, because our society, especially with social media and everything, just beats, especially women, just beats you up mentally with you're not good enough, you're not good looking enough, you don't have enough hits on your social
Yeah.
media, and that's really that doesn't surprise me about you, because you've always been somebody who stands up for somebody who
Yeah.
says I'm not good enough, and you're always like, let's go.
Yeah, you're like, I am your biggest cheerleader. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
So give me some of the details. People want to find out more information about the whole. Is it called is it a pageant?
It is a
technically?
pageant.
So
it is a pageant.
because it has I assume an Ohio directory as well that you're involved in. So tell me a little bit about it.
So Kristen Nunn is our director, Miller.
Okay.
She's the director for the Ohio pageant system.
Okay.
So when I win Mrs. Ohio
Yes.
America, then I will go and compete in Las Vegas
Wow.
against the other 49 states. And so this is pretty major
huge.
stuff. It's huge. So yeah, it's the Mrs. Ohio America system, and Kristen Nunn is over that.
That's great. Well, I'm very proud of you. I was proud of you before you were in the whole Mrs. America, Mrs. Columbus thing, but I'm very proud of you whenever somebody can step out and say, I'm going to try something that makes me feel uncomfortable
Yeah.
or scared. That's great.
Yeah.
And I think you're a great role model. That's why you're on Oasis City Radio.
I love being on Oasis City Radio.
Well, you're a blessing to be here. So again, check out Monica's social media.
Yeah.
She's doing all kinds of stuff about this and mentioning it on Oasis City Radio. And follow her along the way as she goes to victory in the sword fighting competition. No, it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to hearing all about it. So let's get back into more music right here on Oasis City Radio.
Let's stir it up.